What is up, guys? How are you all doing today? With today's video, I wanted to bring you all an all-star Tower Defense X tier list video. So you may have seen a lot of these, and you may have seen in the Discord server they have a tier list made by the staff, so people will stop asking. But I wanted to make, I don't want to call it an objectively based tier list, but my rendition of what I think the tier list should be. This is me after playing the game since release. I'm level 35, as you can see. I have basically every single character. And the ones that I don't own, I've seen showcases on and gameplay on. So I've seen literally every single character. So I feel pretty confident in these placements. With that being said though, I'm doing a bunch of giveaways for ASTDX down in my Discord. So make sure you go down and join that. And also make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. We're getting closer and closer to 3,000. My end goal is 5,000 hopefully by the end of this year. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Let's jump into today's video. Alright boys, here we are on tier maker. We have our tier list all set out here. So this is going to be every single mythic unit, and then we have some rares and epics. Sorry, excuse me. This is going to be every single 5-star, and then we have some 4 and 3 stars there. I'm sorry for calling them mythics. It's just by nature. Every single game does this, but let's start off by going with the bottom first. So we start off with Uryu here. If you don't know, Uryu's a 3-star. You can get him through banner. He's very good. I think personally, I'm going to put Uryu in B tier. The reason I'm putting him there is because blue is a very bad element, so you don't have a lot of options already running that. And on top of that, Uryu's main usability and the thing that makes him so great is he's super cheap. He's 4 placement. He attacks really fast, so basically you can just place him down right at the start. He can stall for you. That's the reason I'm putting him here in B tier. For these 4 stars, I'm probably going to just speed through them because they're not that great, right? So obviously Mob, I'm going to put in C tier. Yuji, I am also going to put in C tier. I'll put him above Mob. He is a little better in my opinion. And then Goku, we're putting at the top of C tier. You could argue Goku's in B tier, right? But I just think if you're using Goku, you're probably going to go for God Goku regardless. So that shouldn't be a concern for you. Next, we have Ramen Guy. He's obviously going in support. I completely missed this, but we do have 4-star Ichigo I'm going to put right below Super Goku. Super Goku's just really good. He's cheap, easy placement, love it. Next, we have 5-star Zoro. So 5-star Zoro, I think I'm going to confidently put him in A tier. Only reason for that is because green is an element that has a lot of characters, and it is good for the raid. He's a heal unit, so obviously he can hit airs. I would say cheap compared to other 5-stars. The only bad thing is his AoE is horrible when he's evolved, but his range is crazy, and he does really high damage. With certain skill trees, you can make him absolutely cracked. Next, we have 5-star Naruto. I'm personally gonna put this guy, I think, at the bottom of B. The only usability he really has is he just does decent damage. He's just bad. He's just easily the worst 5-star. You're not gonna see anyone on this list that's lower than him. Next, we have a Banner Bleed unit. This might upset some people, but I'm going to put Yuno at the top of B because outside of her bleed and really short SBA, she doesn't really do anything else. Genuinely, you could just pull Yuno and not ascend her because you're not going to get much use out of ascending her. She's still a decent unit, by the way. If a unit's in B, they're not bad. It just means that they're middle of the road good. So I made it a little easier for you guys to see the rankings, but we have Z, which I renamed. It's just meta units, absolutely broken, the top tier. We have Great, so they're just a really great option. They're good if you don't have a meta unit or you need a sub DPS. Good is you can use them. They're not bad, but they're good. They're middle of the road. And then okay they're just an okay unit. I actually think I'm gonna move down Naruto to the okay tier because that is what he is in my opinion. I don't really think he's good. These two are because they at least fulfill a role and have a purpose. But anyways, let's jump back into it. We have Edward Elric right here. So not a lot of people have him. You can only get this guy from PvP. I'm putting him in A tier below Mihawk. If you don't know what Edward does, he's an orange ground unit and he has an okay damage, but his real use comes out of he puts traps on the ground. So almost like Usopp from Anime Adventures, he puts little transmutation circle traps on the ground, and when enemies walk into them, they explode. So that is where his main use is coming out of. If you get all-star on him, those traps are going to be doing so much damage. He's good, man. He's a very good unit. Next, we have Lelouch. Lelouch, I'm going to put in support. He's not even that great of a support, so he's probably going to be towards the bottom. Next, we have Whitebeard. Whitebeard is gonna be kind of hard to rank because it's rather people have him super high or they have him super low. I'm personally gonna put Whitebeard, I think, bottom A, below Edward and Mihawk. He's fully AoE and he's forward placement. That is basically his main use right there. And he is blue element, so blue is a very bad, I don't want to say dead, but it's not a super great element. So him being blue, I think, really helps him get into A tier. Next we have Aqua. Aqua, I'm actually also gonna put right in A tier. I'm gonna put her above Whitebeard. Aqua doesn't have any gimmicks like Edward where she plays down traps. She's just a flat DPS unit. She's ground, she's not hybrid, and she just does a lot of damage. That's it. With her best trait, she's entering the top 10 DPS in the game. So if we were doing best trait, maybe you could move her up here, but for now, I'm gonna put her in A tier. This is her without traits, just flat as a unit. She's in A tier. Next we have Ishtar. Alright, so Ishtar, easily I'm putting in meta. Ishtar's damage is absolutely ridiculous. Plus, combined with their AoE, Ishtar is a great unit you can pick up. Super good. She can basically snipe stuff across the map and not get affected by stun, which is super great. We have Sukuna here, which I'm going to put at the top of A tier. I think Sukuna is just bordering Z tier. And being red element, there's already a lot of reds. Sukuna does great bleed. He's a hill unit, which is super good. And his AoE is not bad. So Sukuna, I'm going to put in A tier. Next, we have Super God Goku. For Super God Goku, I'm also going to put him in meta right below Ishtar. Super God Goku, he is the 4-star in the game. I think you guys really have to go evolve because he's great, man. He's a super cheap, he's basically the upgraded version of Uryu. He's a red, super cheap hill placement unit. He can place 4 of them down, and he just does a lot of damage. He has a 1-second SBA. He has decent AoE. I think it's like small circle and then a line, so it's not super great, but hey, he's pretty good at what he does. Next, we have Broly. So I'm actually, I think, gonna put Broly below Ishtar, because you can debate putting Broly above Ishtar, I'm sure, but I think Broly's damage is better, but Ishtar just serves more use, seeing that she can't really be stunned, so you can run her in any mission, especially if you have All-Star on her. She's gonna be going crazy. Broly is really good because of his rage mechanic. His damage just goes higher and higher, so Broly's in Z tier easily, right next to Goku. Next we have Frieren. Frieren, I'm going to put right here behind Sukuna and right in front of Mihawk in A tier. Frieren has really big AoE and she has very high damage. It's just her problem is she's a little expensive and her SPA is pretty high. It's like 6 seconds, which I think is the second highest SPA in the game. So that is basically the only thing holding Frieren back. If you can get crazy SPA skill tree on her, and maybe in the future they add orbs, maybe Frieren could be in meta. Who knows? Next up, we have Erwin. I am going to put in support. I'm putting him right above Lelouch. He's just a better support. He just does a better job than what Lelouch does. Lelouch isn't horrible, but he's gimmicky. And I think if you want a support that does their job quickly, you should just run with Erwin or King Kai. Next, we have Knightley, I think her name is, or his name. I have no idea really who this character is. They are from the premium capsules, and I'm personally going to put them probably right around, I think, bottom C tier. They're probably floating, I'd say right there. They're just basically a 4-star. They're not super great. They're just a tradable kind of flex unit that you have got in Sunny from this. Next though, we have Gojo. Gojo is going in the supports. His damage is pretty bad, but he does have a really good time stop. While I talk, by the way, I'm going to put him, I think, below Lelouch, because all he's really useful for is his time stop. He is blue, so I guess that's good. Next we have Jinjo. Or Jinjiao, I'm not entirely sure what his name is, but he's from Bleach. He's from the Void Bags. That is how you get him. We are going to put him, I think, below Frieren, because he's just a super cheap as well. He's just a super cheap, high damage cone unit. He's a ground unit. He's sadly red, which I don't like because there's so many red characters in this game, but he's a red ground, so I guess that's decent. I'm putting him below Frieren. He's pretty good. If you guys get him, he's very good. He's going to be tradable in the future as well. King Kai, though, we are putting at the top of the buffers all right here because King Kai's buff is just super nice. And he has 2 different buffs. He has normal Kaoken, and then he has Kaoken times 4. Super great. Next, we have Sun Jin Woo. Now, Sun Jin Woo, I'm going to put in meta tier as well. And I'm going to put them above God Goku. You could make a case for putting them above Broly, but I think Broly just has more use and more game modes. Sun Jin Woo, when you ascend him, obviously he can summon Igris, and he has a second unit to do DPS with. They both bleed, which is super nice, and he's dark type. which is a pretty rare type. So Sun Jiwoo has that going for him, and Sun Jiwoo is very good. Next, we have Full Hollow Ichigo. Probably revising this, I'm going to move Naruto back up to B tier. I think we just got to fill it out a little bit. But Full Hollow Ichigo right here, I'm going to put him, I think, below Aqua and Edward. He is a red unit that just does a big amounts of damage. He does like 2k without a trait, so that is, or sorry, with a mythic trait. So that is really good. He's a 4 placement, I believe. He might be 3 placement. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but yeah, he's really good. I mean, he falls under the curse of just being a red unit when there's so many other ones in the game. Next, we have Adra Diardora. I have no idea how to say this guy's name, but we are going to put him top of B tier. He is really cool, and he's really good for PvP, but outside of that, he's not like that super useful. I do think he's top of B. You could make a case that he's an A tier, but I don't know. His damage isn't super impressive, and obviously his AoE's not very consistent. It is explosive, so it does hit a lot of enemies more than a normal AoE does, so if it misses, you're probably still going to hit them. Next, we have Ulquiorra. Ulquiorra, I'm personally going to put at the top of meta right now. Super great green unit. Has a very strong ability that transforms him. He's heal. He's high placement. He's just a great unit all around. Just very high damage. Next, we have Blackbeard. Blackbeard, I'm going to put in support. I'm probably going to put him right below King Kai. He's a slow support, which I'm pretty sure he's the only guy in the game that does that. Next, I'm going to put Aaron at the top of B. I just don't think Aaron is the most impressive unit that's in this game. He's obviously really, really good if you get All-Star in him, but without that, I don't know. He's just kind of like a summoner unit that is okay. And some maps really screw him over. Like the raid, for example, for Esdeath, you can't even use Aaron. It just doesn't work with him. Next, though, we have Kokushiba and Esdeath. So Kokushiba, it's a no-brainer. He's going at the top of meta. He's the best unit in the game by far. Crazy damage. He's just a crazy broken unit. Definitely try and get him, man. He's the best unit in the game. And then behind him, I am going to put Esdeath as the second best unit in the game. You can make a case. I will give you guys this. You can make a case that Ulquiorra is better than her, but personally, I'm just going to put her above him. She is a pretty rare type, which is blue. And obviously, she has her time stop. She has her ability. She's supporting on top of doing crazy damage. She's just an all-around good unit. And yeah, I think overall, looking at this list, this is a pretty good tier list. I think this is going to wrap up today's video. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. If you think this tier list sucks or you disagree with something, like I said, let me know. I'm always open to listening what you guys have to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.